Hey my friends, it's your friend Kevin here with today's Divine Daily Blast. I hope you're well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad all of you are here watching, listening and paying attention to what's going on. We have quite a lot happening actually. Now, this week I said in my navigation for the week ahead was going to be a little bit on the tricky side emotionally, more so balancing out the topsy-turvy energies that are going on. Now, astrologically, things seem to be quite okay, but as far as the moons go, or the moon cycles go, it's intense. When I say intense, more so than normal on an emotional level for many people. So I'm looking at these cards and seeing how we're being asked or called towards the light to give a little bit of levity, to give a little bit of compassion. And we've seen some of these cards showing up. Many of you that watch the channel are incredibly creative, and you find creative ways to balance out the sharp, pointed energies that are going on, which is exactly what spirit world, the universe energetically wants us to do. They want us to show joy, because this is hardwired into every human being that comes to the planet. Whenever we see children in a playground and they are just free to experience joy, skipping, playing, laughing, giggling, screaming, carrying on like they've got no cares in the world, their unlimited energy is infectious. We are still those children, except we have life experiences that lay on top of all that joy. We've worked on unpeeling all of that. We've worked on unpeeling the challenges so that we can be that joy again. All right, moving on. Moon is in Virgo today, so be careful if you find yourself in an awkward or unpleasant situation. When I say be careful, be observant of it, don't be part of it. It would be easy to say too much and regret it later. So the good news is that the modest Virgo moon will help us avoid things from tipping over. You may be like, have you ever felt like you need to say something and you've refrained from saying something like, I don't think I need to be telling them that right now. Move on. When you get that inner knowledge, that's your higher being saying, what's the purpose of sharing this information? Let's see what else is happening today. We have a number 7 angel numerology day. It's about focus. In angel numbers, the number 7 signifies a time of spiritual awakening, wisdom, good fortune. We're on the right path. It can represent a period of good luck. I love the number 7. I've told you many, many times I see the slot machine and 777 showing up. Now, it doesn't show up in my life. I have not seen 777. There used to be a pack of cigarettes that was called 777, but I don't know. I don't know if they make them anymore. Anyway, when you see the number 7, it's just an indication that you're on the right path. You're doing the right thing. Spiritual awakening, good fortune, on the right path, completion and perfection. In religious texts, the 7 represents completion, signaling a phase that's ending and a new one beginning. It's like a new year in the numerology. It's also an indication that we must trust our instincts. Work with Metatron and Michael today. Use the 7 of Cups, the Sun card, the Chariot card. Be focused, somewhat introverted. Like, meditate a little bit more today. Go for an angel walk. Go for a walk in nature. Find a tree and speak to the tree if that's what lights you up. My isms: I am unlimited in all ways, in all things. Keep on repeating it. You are unlimited. You have unlimited resource of breath. You have unlimited resource to nature. Look up at the sky, even if it's cloudy. You've got an unlimited, vast universe that you can look at. Things are always working out for me. I probably need to edit this. Everything in my life works out perfectly. In perfect time, in perfect space, in perfect ways, because I am unlimited and perfect. Always. Done. I'm letting go of unwanted emotional patterns and making room for healing and better vibrational energy. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. You know, sometimes we meet with people who feel like they need to offload their problems. They feel like they need to tell us what's going on with them. And it might seem that all they do is complain or be upset. If that's the feeling that you get when you're listening, listen generously. Then, if you get this kind of sinking feeling that, gosh, they seem to be in a world of trouble, or in very minor energy where it's a little irritating, you have to look at yourself. Because if there's a feeling that you get from how somebody else is sharing their information with you, it's likely that you've been doing the same thing. It's an indication, it's like a spiritual mirror. Universe is saying, this is not pleasant to listen to, so you should stop doing it too. It's a bit like standing in front of the great Mother Mary and having her tell you, I like listening to your story, but how is it serving you? It's not. Let it go. This is letting go of unwanted patterns, emotional patterns. Patterns come up repeatedly so that we get over them. It's like, get over yourself already. Stop it. Go find something else. This is why I love creativity. I could get bored making those wonderful bags, which, by the way, seems to be a new entrepreneurial game of mine here. I had two sitting at the salon, and one of them got bought on Saturday. A lady bought it for a friend of hers, and she's going to use it as a baby gift. She's going to fill it up with all baby items. And it's like, what a lovely thing. What a lovely way to wrap it is in this gorgeous handmade bag. So they then were like, could you make one in slightly yellow? Could you make one in slightly blue? And why don't you try and make it? I'm like, oh, these people are getting excited by my artisan bag. So as soon as I finish my beaded blanket, I'll be making another one. I don't know if I want to get into my own Etsy store, but you never know. You never know, you never know, you never know. All right. Archangel Raguel brings us a message. Raguel's the friend of God. I can bring balance to unhealthy relationships. Call upon me for both personal and professional conflicts that need to be healed. You're sort of getting this pattern today. Virgo, telling you to step in when you're coming against adversity. Don't get embroiled with it. Just observe it. Look at your own patterns. Unleash your unwanted emotional patterns. Listen to Raguel. All my relationships are harmonious and healthy. All conflicts in my life fade away. Let them go. Let them go. I was watching, I tune into British soap operas. It's a dip into my childhood. And, it's a way to look at how British people live their lives through these soap operas. And there was a man that said, he had to do a scene with a small baby, and the small baby, every time they went to shoot a scene, would be fussy and crying and just not having it. The only thing that settled this baby down was that song, Let It Go, Let It Go, Let It Go, from Frozen. So he had to, right before they were to shoot a scene, they had to play this to get the baby to settle, and then they went ahead and shot the scene. It's amazing how small children can find an instant way to calm themselves down. And what a message. Let go of the trauma, let go of the strife, let go of all of that, and let life just unfold. Think of life as like an exotic flower, and the petals are all in bud. Every day you get to have a new bloom that blooms and opens up in a way that didn't open up the same way yesterday when we're present to it. Not so much the horrible stuff, because that has nothing to do with us. If we don't perpetrate it, if we don't start it, if we're not making it go that way, it's not on us. All right, moving on. We have Ishtar. She's all about inner learning. Now, Ishtar is kind of a goddess. She's been around since, well, I didn't even know when she was first. I think it was like the year 4000 before Christ, if you will. Her name means the precious one. That's what it means in the East Semitic or the Akkadian or the Assyrian or the Babylonian times. She's the goddess of love and war. And what's happening, or what's being presented, and why she's showing up this week, is to remind us that we have sometimes a conflict going on with what we think and believe with our head and what we feel with our emotional heart. And we're being encouraged to follow the emotional heart this week. Ishtar is saying that information that's being revealed to us, we need to listen, particularly if there's a good chance that it will bring war between our head and our heart. We've got to listen to what we're being told. It's a little bit like you're getting fed information from all different sources, whether it's social media, whether it's the regular media, whether it's the news cycle, and it can bring us to a place that isn't quite so pleasant. So we're being guided to listen to our heart, which is the part of us that ultimately makes the decision. Have you ever thought about there's something that you want and your mind tells you, yeah, no, let's not do that. But your heart still wants it. You still want it. You still want to do it. Your heart's going to win eventually. You're going to follow your heart until it tells you, until you get what you want. Now, you may have to make a decision that makes you feel about like you're losing out. But the truth is, it'll lead you to a feeling of finding treasure, that treasure within your heart, or feeling treasured, or feeling wanted, or feeling a certain kind of way. Usually when we follow our head, it's because we're told something and we feel like we need to. It's almost like an obligation. So Ishtar's coming to talk about listen to your inner learning, follow your heart, and let the truth come out. We've also got the holy amethyst, which is interesting. Because the holy amethyst message this week is to say you are the light and you need to follow the light within your heart. You are on the leading edge of it. You're the one that's actually going to end up prevailing because you're teaching other people that they're the light too. Turn the light on within your own heart. I should read what it says really. You have the light within you and this light will never go out. Whenever you face darkness, the brilliance that has the opportunity to shine. Right now, God and the angels are calling you to switch your light on. Switch it on full. Stand in the greatness of your spirit. Do not back down. And be the bringer of good. Aha. So I am the light of hope in the world. When we start learning these lessons, when we start going through these, and I've listened to many of you that I know personally who have had these, oh my goodness gracious me, challenges. Feeling rejected, marginalized, pushed upon, put upon, all these feelings. Then you learn, I don't need to put up with this. I need to move on from this. So when we have these experiences, we get to be the ones that help other people move past their own, listening generously, and then going to your own inner spirit and finding that light within you to offer them help. That's I think what our purpose is. Creating the community of love, creating a community of peace, creating a community just that is of that. Of just all wonderful things. Today's message from Louise Hay, bless her heart, she still keeps going from spirit. Yesterday is done and gone. Today is the first day of my future. That reminds me of a famous quote, today is the first day of the rest of your life. And if you really think about that, what is the rest of your life? Not to put a dumper downer on it, but it's the rest of your life to the end of today. It's the rest of your life to the end of the week. It's the rest of your life to the end of this year. It's the rest of your life to the end of this decade. We really don't know. We really don't know. So why are we dwelling on what happened yesterday, last week, last year? When something no longer serves us, we move on from it. The faster we learn how to do that, the quicker we can become unlimited and move past all of our limitations and our problems. The Knight of Swords. Now, in this deck, it's showing somebody who can be lit up with all kinds of ideas. There's somebody who is dynamic, and knights, pages, kings, queens are all related to a personality, if you will, as opposed to an energy. In the tarot, it would be a significator to a degree. And the Knight of Swords can be a person that has the ability to make assumptions and jump to conclusion. The essence of the Knight, and sometimes it can be impulsive. They can lead with their intuition. This can actually work to distract from some things. However, if the Knight of Swords, which is thinking, it's all about the mind, it's all about ideas, it's all about, again, assumptions. If the assumptions jump into conclusions, if they're wrong, it can lead to a faulty chain of reasoning, and that leads us into disaster. So there's two ways of looking at every single card in the tarot, with a negative, which sometimes is called reverse, and a positive. And I think it really has to do with where you are in your heart, your mind, and your energy. What are you aligned with? Are you aligned with glass half empty or glass half full? This is very much Knight of Swords energy. This card is about ideas, communication. Which way is the wind blowing? How are we going to turn this into something? Particularly if you have a quandary. Particularly, you're coming up, which is really what the Knight of Swords' job is to do. There isn't anything that like the Knight of Wands is action, like fire. Like, I'm going to go do this, and I haven't got time for fantasies. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. The Knight of Swords might be that fantasism person. It might be that person who is just off in cloud cuckoo land. But sometimes the cloud cuckoo land can leave us to somewhere quite brilliant. Just not to confuse you, just to let you know what that energy is all about. Listen, fairies, can you come and give us a blessing for today? Because this is turning into something quite unusual. I don't know. I don't want to confuse. Oh, there we go. Love and light. Oh, there's a whole pile of them, but this one is the one. Let's see. So Gertrude and Beatrice is standing there waiting to give us a message, and I said, can you please give, and then flop. Enough of your nonsense. Here we go. Love and light. Look at this. Calmness, courage, and luck. Well, luck comes from the number 7. Courage comes from standing in your truth, following your light, and saying, I got it. There's a full moon coming up this week, so there's probably another reason why that card showed up. Calmness, everything you do should be with a calm heart. And love and light, follow it. You cannot go wrong. Thank you, angels, thank you, fairies, and thank all of you. I hope this has been instrumental, and I hope it's not been too confusing. Somehow in my mind, in my heart, it feels like I've been blathering on like an idiot. That's not my point. Anyway, listen, I'll see you tomorrow. Big love for all your support. Bye for now.